What in the... Hey, Dream Cake. Can you guys hear me? I need to know, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dream Cake? It's 12:30. Okay. I was making sure. This is like my very first time doing the StreamYard on my computer because I always do my StreamYard on my phone all the time. Boo Boo Kitty, honey. Boo Boo Kitty is fine. Okay. We're going to talk about that before we talk about this. I'm going to give you guys an update. Child, that baby something else. Hey, Kalina. I'm trying to grab my water. Boo Boo Kitty. I don't even know where to begin with Boo Boo Kitty, okay? Because, like, when you go to pick her up, like, she's fine. Like, she's talking fine. She's speaking fine. She's breathing fine. And I'm sitting up here like, what the heck happened? So she's at home with me, okay? And right now I'm just monitoring her, okay? She's chilling. She's in my room. I'm monitoring her. Hey, V Love. I'm monitoring her, making sure everything's straight. If she get to hurting again, okay, I am taking her butt straight to the ER if she gets to hurting again. But right now, she fine. She fine. I'm like, I'm not about to go sit in the ER and you fine. Now, if she came home, she was still having a hard time breathing, we would have went immediately to the ER. But yeah, no. But she's fine, you guys. Y'all know I have to have my water on deck. Okay, so who's ready? Who's ready? I don't even know if I'm ready, but we're gonna do it anyway. But I told y'all whenever I posted that I was gonna sit here and do this thing, I was like, I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared, but we're gonna do it anyway. This is just going to be. We're just going to discuss. Okay, we're just going to discuss. I'm not gonna get on here and say that I'm trying to teach all of that stuff like that. No, we're going to discuss it, okay? And we're just going to go through. We're going to go, what do you call it, verse by verse, okay? We're going to see how much we can get done today, all right? And if we can't finish it today, because I think I'm going to get this about a good hour, whatever I don't get finished today, we will continue it on another live stream, okay, you guys? So, with that being said, okay, let me start off by saying this. My whole entire reasoning at first, okay, for wanting to even do this study was because of the fact that, I don't know, certain people were saying that, Jesus had blessed them with their child, okay? And I was like, well, that's not really how that goes. But y'all, as I started reading, okay, and getting into this particular story myself, I'm like, it is so much more in this besides that little bit. So we're going to talk about some of the things that is in here, okay? There's a lot to unpack. Okay, there's a lot of lessons that can be learned just from this here right here, okay? So I have in front of me, okay, I got my regular Bible, okay? This is the one that I've had it for years. It's my favorite. It's just it's the NIV, and then I have my study Bible sitting over here on this side. So yeah. I spoke to some Bible verse individuals about the topic. Oh, did you, Kalina? I mean, that topic I mean, it's kind of in here. You can kind of loop it in there, but it's so many other things that's in this as well. So y'all bear with me, okay? Bear with me because your girl is all right. But let's start it off anyway. So of course, you can see it scrolling across the screen. We're in Genesis, and where we're gonna actually start. Well, I'm actually going to start is going to be 16, but right before we get to 16, there's something that I want to read in 15 because it's going to kind of set the tone, okay, for what's going on, or what's going to be happening, basically. But yes, hello to everyone. Make sure you guys hit a like button for your girl, okay? Especially if you like this live, like please hit a like button, okay? That way, if we really like this and we like, coming in here and having these type of topic discussions, I can do it again. If I feel like you guys really like it, I can do it again. Okay. But do you have your Bibles? Okay. You don't never go hear somebody speak without your Bibles. You better not be going to church without one either. If you go to church and them people ain't got their Bible, turn around and walk out immediately. Okay. Immediately. But grab your Bibles if you have one. If not, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Get you one though, but it's cool. I'm going to read it anyway. Okay. So I'm going to start in 15, but I wanted to read Genesis chapter 15, starting at verse 1. And we're going to read 1 through 6 because that's going to kind of set the tone. We need to know what's going on. Okay. A lot of people probably know the story of Sarah and Abraham and Hagar, but we're going to get into it anyway. All right. So this was God talking to Abram. At this point, it was Abram. He wasn't Abraham yet. He was Abram. So God was talking to Abram. So let's read. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward." But Abram said, "Lord God, what will you give me, seeing I go childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus?" Then Abram said, "Look, you have given me no offspring. Indeed, one born in my house is my heir. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him, saying, This one shall not be your heir, but one who will come from your own body shall be your heir." Then he brought him outside and said, "Look now toward heaven and count the stars, if you are able to number them." And he said to him, "So shall your descendants be." And he believed in the Lord, and he accounted to him for righteousness. Okay, so once you get into that, that's basically like, okay, God was telling him, okay, this is what's gonna happen. All right. I know you don't have any children right now, but you're gonna have some. Okay. I'm gonna give you some. All right. So at this point, he's told him what has happened. Now we're gonna skip past the rest of that. We're gonna go straight to 16. Okay. Because in 16, this is where things start to go, get a little messy. Okay, that's what I call it anyway. I call they get a little messy over here in 16. Now, when we start reading in 16, this is when Sarai, okay, comes into play. So now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, and she had an Egyptian maidservant whose name was Hagar. So Sarah said to Abram, "See, now the Lord has restrained me from bearing children. Please go into my maid. Perhaps I shall obtain children by her." And Abram heeded the voice of Sarah. So this is what we're going to, let me sit up, you guys. Where we're going to stop, and we're going to kind of talk about this thing. Let me get my notes over here, you guys. I got my little notebook. So from the time where God had given Abram this vision, or had spoke to him in the vision, telling him what was going to happen, I was kind of like wondering what happened after this. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Y'all know that Abram and Sarah, okay, they're married. They're married. So before we even get to the point where Sarah goes and says, "Hey, you can take Hagar," I was kind of like, I wonder if Abram went over there and he was pillow talking, with Sarai, and was telling her what had happened, what had God had spoken to him in a dream. Because once we start getting into really looking into this thing, we come to find out that Sarai basically was taking things into her own hands, basically. Which we know, when you take things into your own hands, honey, you can mess some stuff up. Okay, period. You can mess some things up. So basically, Sarah offers her maid servant. Okay, she's like, I haven't had any kids. Okay, it's been a very, very long time. It doesn't look like I'm going to have any. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you my servant. You go ahead and sleep with her, and then if she have a kid, the kid will be mine. Because as I was reading at my study Bible, it's like, come to find out that back in that time, that's kind of how it happened. Like if the woman couldn't bear kids, they would like give the servant would become the secondary wife, and then whatever kid the servant had would become the child of the wife. Okay. Crazy, right? Yeah. But that's basically what was happening. So Sarah at that point was thinking, look, I can't give it to you, but she can. And when she give it to you, okay, that'll be our child. So that is what was going on. Hey, Mom. I need to call. I'm gonna call you after this. Anyway, so whenever she came to Abram and she was like, look, this is what I want you to do. This is where, again, things get a little bit messed up, because it says literally Abram heeded the voice of Sarai. So it was like Abram had already had a conversation with God. Okay. He has the connection. He knows who he's supposed to be listening to, but he decides, okay, that hey, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Let me listen to my wife over here. And that's where the man messed up, because, and we see this throughout now, okay, just in life, period, where if the head of the house is not listening to who he's supposed to be listening to, things get a little messy, okay, within the relationship. Boo boo, I'm doing a live. Please go have a seat. Thank you. No, go sit down. What is it, Kari? I'm sorry, you guys. This is why I wanted to do this live stream while she was at school, but of course she's not at school. Hold on. Lord. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Boo boo. Boo boo's being boo boo right now. What was I even saying? Okay. But instead of Abram basically listen to who he was supposed to listen to, he was like, oh, okay, she said to do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Okay. So basically, so we keep reading. In verse 3, then Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, and gave her to her husband. And then Hagar becomes the second wife. Okay. Boom. So after Abram marries Hagar, okay, and she becomes the second wife, she ends up conceiving a child for Abram. And again, this is where it gets messy, okay? Because once Hagar got pregnant with the child, Abraham's child, she basically gets a little cocky, and she starts to feel some type of way towards Sarah, or feel some type of way about Sarah. Like, oh, well, like you couldn't have his kid. I did. Okay. I had his child. You couldn't have his child. You can't even have any kids. So she started feeling like she was better than, basically, is what started happening. Okay. And then here comes Sarah, and that makes her upset, which, I mean, when you're dealing with human, okay, flesh flesh anyway, of course that would make her upset. That's how I feel anyway. Of course it would make her upset, because now look at you. Like, all right, you're the second wife, you didn't have the kid, but now you starting to feel some type of way towards me. Like, that's crazy. Okay, so we read, and we're at 5. Okay. So after Hagar, she basically started looking at Sarah some type of way whenever she found out she was pregnant. All right. So then Sarah, she goes to Abram and she's telling him, she says, my wrong be upon you. Okay. So she's placing the blame on Abram, like it's your fault. Okay. You did it. She's placing the blame on Abram, which is crazy. Okay. She's like, I gave my maid into your embrace, and when she saw that she had conceived, I became despised in her eyes, and the Lord's judged between you and me. So she's like, it's your fault, Abram. It's your fault. I didn't do anything, which is a problem all in itself, because Sarai basically, again, was doing things on her own. And then after doing things on her own, she would not accept responsibility for what was happening. She wanted to place all the blame on Abram, like, you did it, okay? Like, Sarah, did you forget that you the one who told him? You the one who brought her in there, okay? You brought her in there, and then now you're gonna look at him like it's your fault. No, it was Sarah's fault. But Sarah at that time, I guess she was just like, I'm not taking the blame for this one, okay? I'm not doing it. Listen, y'all, while I'm sitting up here talking, I know you guys are listening to me speak, but please talk back to me in the chat so I can kind of know, what you guys are thinking or whatever. Even if you have anything that you're thinking or you have anything that you want to say, please drop it in the comments, okay? Because I know you guys are just listening to me right now, but still. Okay, so after Sarah basically places the blame on Abram, and she's like, this is your fault, okay? You got to fix it. Okay, so then Abram's like, all right, fine. You go deal with her. So he sends his wife to go deal with the maid servant, okay? Second wifey. He sends Sarah to go deal with it. He's like, look, you go deal with her. So here we go with Abram, like, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with that. You go deal with that. You feel some type of way, you go deal with it. It's basically like, that's how I feel that this is going. And after me reading and studying into it, was like, Abram basically, like, he wasn't trying to really take responsibility either. He was just like, nope, I'm not. You brought her over here. She feels some type of way about you. You two go over there and you go handle it. Okay. Now, I don't even know why Abram did that, to be honest, because we know women. Okay. We know women. And at the end of the day, when a woman is feeling some type of way about a certain situation, she might not handle that situation the way that she's supposed to handle the situation. And that's why Abram probably should have stepped in a little bit more than what he did, but he didn't. So because he didn't, this is what happens. This is what happens because he didn't do it. So he sends her, he says, okay, yeah, you go deal with her. So when he sends Sarah to go deal with her, Sarah goes and deals with her, and she deals with her harshly, which of course she would, right? Because she feels some type of way. So she goes and she deals with her harshly. And so then Hagar's like, no, I'm not, you coming at me, you trying to talk to me some type of way. And when I read stuff in the Bible, I kind of like put it to like today's time. Like, what would that situation look like in today's time? Okay. You talking about some baby mama drama. Okay. This right here was some definitely baby mama drama. Okay. But on a different level, of course, because she was still second wife, but still drama. So Hagar decides, she's like, I'm not dealing with this. She's like, I'm leaving. So Hagar decides to run away. Okay. Which again, in this particular moment, you can see that running away might not have been the best option because you're not really facing what you need to face anyway. You just feel like I'm not going to deal with it and I'm just jetting. Okay. I'm pregnant. I'm gone. I was like, she really wanted to be a single mama. Like, she's like, I'm not staying in this house and I'm not dealing with her. I'm gone. So then, okay, so Hagar takes off. All right. So then the angel of the Lord found her by a spring in the wilderness. Okay. And he said to her, he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, where have you come from and where are you going? She said, I am fleeing from the presence of my mistress. And the angel of the Lord said to her, return to your mistress. Okay. Go back. Go back. Okay. And submit yourself under her hand. As in, Hagar, I know you feel some type of way, but you have to go back, okay? Because what you're doing is not right either. Because again, Hagar was the one who kind of was feeling some type of way towards Sarah in the first place. Again, it's still Sarah's fault because she started it. But at the end of the day, Hagar has to face her consequences as well. Like, no, you got to go back. Y'all got to work through this. You got to go back. Okay. So basically, what ends up happening next is he's basically telling her, he's like, all right, you need to go back. But he was like, basically, like, I see you. I see what you're going through. I see the pain. I understand. Okay, I understand. But in order for the situation in order for the situation to be corrected, okay, you got to go back. So then the angel of the Lord basically tells her, he says, I will multiply your descendants, okay, so they shall not be counted for multitude. And the angel of the Lord said to her, behold, you are with child, and you shall bear a son, and you shall call his name Ishmael. I've always loved that name. Okay. I love the name Ishmael. I don't know. I just do. I love the name. Love the name. Because the Lord has heard your affliction. He shall be a wild man. His hand shall be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So basically, with her child, it was basically going like this. Look, you're pregnant. That's not what I had planned. But since you guys did what you did, I'm still going to look after you and I'm going to look after Ishmael. But at the end of the day, Ishmael is still going to have things that he has to face as well. There's no way around it. Like, he's going to have things that he has to face as well. So it's like, no matter like how much you try to, when you feel like, oh, well, I know that I'm supposed to have this, so I'm going to maneuver it myself. And then like you create this mess because you're moving and you're not really waiting on God to show you which way you're supposed to be moving. Then you create a mess, but you can't avoid those consequences within the mess. Once you create the mess, you still have to deal with the consequences. Now, will God help you along the way? Absolutely, which is what he was doing with Hagar. He's like, look, I know the situation. I know what's going on. I didn't plan for it to go that way. That was not my plan, but I'm going to still help you out. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to look after you. I'm going to look after Ishmael. Don't even worry about it. But you need to go back to where you came from, and you need to deal with your mistress, period. Right? Are you guys following me so far? Okay. Let me know. Drop down in the comments. Are you guys following me so far as to what I'm talking about? Let me flip over. Let me flip. My chat be so slow in here, you guys. I don't like not having the chat not go any further, any faster. Can you guys hear me? Is my live stream okay? Has it messed up any? I see no comments whatsoever. So I'm just like checking in. Boo boo, no ma'am. What in the world is going on? No, boo boo. See, she's feeling just fine. She's over here just being really messy right now. She's doing the most. Why can I not see my daggone comments? Like, what is going on? Can somebody please drop a comment in the chat? Because for some reason, I'm not seeing my comments. I don't want to pull this up on my phone, but let me pull this up on my phone so I can see. Okay. Yeah, it's not coming in. It's not coming in on my thing, y'all. You guys. I'm missing like I don't know how many comments. I don't know why it's not popping up on my screen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave my phone over here on the side so I can see the comments, because I see my mom in here. Hey mama, I didn't even know my mom was in here. Kalina, okay, you hear me? Beautiful. Okay, I see you. You hear me? Latoya, yes. Dreamcake, yes. Listen, I could not see none of this. Latoy, look, let me go back all the way up. It says Sarah wanted to put things in her hands. She did not want to wait on God. Absolutely, Latoy. That's exactly what was happening. And like again, she created a messy situation, a real messy situation, because she wasn't supposed to be putting her hands in none of that. But that's what happens when you do things on your own and you don't wait. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait on it. Now, we're going to skip forward a little bit. Okay, you guys, we're going to skip forward a little bit. Let me see where I ended up next. Is we're going to go to 17. My mom says we are all like Sarah. Absolutely. Because I know, I'm going to tell you right now, I have my Sarah moments. Okay. Be being messy and putting my hands in everything I'm not supposed to be putting my hands in. Be thinking I know what I'm doing. And it's like, God didn't tell me to do that. And then next thing you know, I got a mess on my hands. And it's like, God was like, all right, you didn't listen. But in order for you to fix the mess, at the end of the day, you still got to line back up. Like, you can't be like, well, I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to still do my own thing. And, you know, God, you're going to help me out, right? No. You still have to line back up with him in order for him to help you through the mess that you created. Okay? You guys understand what I'm saying? My mama said we all messy. We can be, time to time. Absolutely. Okay. So we're going to jump. We're going to jump. So basically, Hagar ends up having Ishmael. She goes back. She deals with Sarah. She ends up having Ishmael. And y'all know Abram was 86. He was 86 years old. Imagine that now. I wouldn't even want to imagine somebody 86. That man was 86 years old. He was old, okay? And we know Sarah was old too, right? I don't know how old Hagar was. It doesn't really say how old Hagar was. I don't know if she was younger or what, but I know Abram was old and I know Sarah was old. Okay. Which, of course, you definitely not seeing that nowhere in today's time. Okay. An 80-something-year-old mama or 80-something-year-old woman having a baby. Okay. Period. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Shauna Boo, welcome to the chat. Okay. Why is my Siri going off? Siri, don't nobody ask you for nothing. Okay. So I don't know if I want to read all of this. Okay. So when Abram was 99, okay, when Abram was 99 years old, this is 13 years later, okay? 13 years later. So by this time, Ishmael is 13 years old. 13. That's a long time, okay? 13 years old. So he's 99, okay? Abram is 99 years old. And the Lord appeared to Abram and said to him, I am Almighty God, walk before me and be blameless. And I will make my covenant between me and you and will multiply you exceedingly. Okay. So then Abram fell on his face and God talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with you, and you shall be a father of many nations. No longer shall your name be called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham, for I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful and will make nations of you, and kings shall come from you. I will establish my covenant between me and you and your descendants after you and their generations for an everlasting covenant to be God to you and your descendants after you. Also, I give to you and your descendants after you the land in which you are a stranger, all the land of Canaan, as an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. So see, the funny thing is, like, even when you mess up, once you line back up with the pipe, because Abram messed up too. Abram messed up because he listened to Sarah. Okay, he listened to Sarah. He shouldn't have listened to Sarah. He should not have listened to Sarah. But even then, so God has always been a forgiving God, y'all. Doesn't matter how many times you mess up. Okay, line back up with the pipe, and He'll take care of you. You got to line back up though. So even after Abram had did what he did, God says, "Hey, I still made a promise, and I'm still gonna come forward on that promise." Okay. So that's basically what he's telling him at this point. Let me read and see what my mom says. Right. So the flow will be right. Crooked and dirty pipes don't flow right. Line up and let God clean your pipes. Right, Mom? And I wish this was popping up on the screen, because then I could put the comment up here. All children are a blessing from the Lord. The circumstances might not be. Absolutely, Kalina. Absolutely, because even though, like, when we say like a blessing, a child can be a blessing. Okay, we just talk about that real quick. We'll pause. Even if we just talk about that, children are a blessing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you were blessed to have your child, because every woman that God blessed to have kids could not have children. And I think it was 6. It was 6 women in the Bible that were barren that God blessed to have children. So that's completely different from saying that children can be a blessing than saying God blessed me to have this child. That's completely different. Okay? Because even in the scriptures that we're reading in now, you will see here in a minute, once I get to that point, that God is going to bless Sarah with a baby. He's going to bless her with the baby. Hagar just had a child who's still going to be a blessing, but that is not, God did not bless Hagar to have Ishmael, but God is going to bless Sarah to have her child, because Sarah is barren. She can't have any kids. Okay. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Okay. So we're going to keep going. Let's see. Where did I end up at? 8. Oh no, 9. Okay. We're in chapter 17, Genesis chapter 17, verse 9 is where I'm at now. And God said to Abraham, as for you, you shall keep my covenant and your descendants after you throughout their generations. All right. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your descendants after you. Every male child among you shall be circumcised. Everyone. And he who is 8 days old among you shall be circumcised. Every male child in your generation. So basically, this whole thing is just talking about, everybody got to get circumcised. Every male child that is under Abram's roof, basically, even if it is a servant's child, has to get circumcised. Every male. It doesn't matter if it's his kid or somebody else's kid. If they under Abraham, they have to get circumcised, basically. That's a part of God's covenant, okay? So we're going to skip down and we're going to go to 15. Verse 15. Then God said to Abraham, as for Sarai, which at this point she is Sarai. I know I kept saying Sarah, but at this point, until God changes her name, she was Sarai, okay? So as for Sarai, your wife, you shall not call her name Sarai, but Sarah, okay, shall be her name. And I will bless her and also give you a son by her. Then I will bless her, and she shall be the mother of nations. Kings of people shall be from her. Okay. So as you just seen what I was talking about before, in the difference of when we read Hagar, she basically conceived. She conceived. Okay. She got pregnant. She ain't had no problems. Okay. But when it comes to Sarah was bearing. So God had to bless Sarah to have a child because Sarah couldn't have any kids. Okay. So then Abraham fell on his face and laughed. Okay. He fell on his face and laughed. I couldn't imagine. Okay. He fell on his face and laughed and said in his heart, shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, who was 90 years old, bear a child? So at this point, Abraham himself is like, really? Really, God? Like, I'm 100 years old, okay? I'm old, my wife old, and you over here talking about you about to bless us with a son, okay? What? I would be in disbelief too if I was that old. That is old, okay? So, and Abraham said to God, oh, that Ishmael might live before you. So then Abraham's like, look, I'm old. I have a son, okay? What about Ishmael, okay? Ishmael's my son. So at this point, Abraham is still kind of, still not really like putting his whole faith into what God is saying right now, just right now, which happens sometimes. Sometimes we do that too. Well, we're like, God, you want me to do what? And you're not really sure. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, are you sure this is what you're referring to? And that's basically what Abraham was doing. Like, I'm old. I got Ishmael. What? Ishmael, he will work just fine. How about him? Because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm 100. So God tells him, he says, no. That's not what I'm talking about. No. He says, Sarah, your wife, shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. Okay. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. Then he goes on to say, and as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him. Okay. Look. So even though Hagar was not blessed to have Ishmael. Ishmael still ended up being blessed by God, period. You know what I'm saying? God's like, look, I'm still going to bless him. Okay. He's not going to have the same life as Isaac. Okay. Because this is me blessing Sarah with this child for a purpose that God had. But I'm still going to bless him. He's going to have to go through a little bit here and there. He's going to be going through some things. He's going to be a ruler. He's going to have some princes going on, but he's also going to have deal with fighting, amongst his people for as long as he's ruling. But he's still going to rule though. You know what I'm saying? Let me read in the comments. God is always going to fulfill his promise, right, Latoya? Every single time. Yes, God will always fulfill his promises. It's a thin line between being blessed to conceive or the ability to conceive. Is that what you're saying, Tiff? Yes. It's what? Elena, okay. Basically, it's like, it's just with I think it's just more so with the phrase alone, like God bless me with this child, and basically the child being able to be a blessing to the world. Like God may not, ain't no God may not. God did not intend, okay, for a lot of us women out here to go out here and have children on our own with all these bummy men, okay? He did not intend that. But he can still come in once you line back up with the pipe. He can still come in and help you get through the situation and help you fix the situation. You're still going to have, of course, you're going to put hardships on yourself because you done went out and did some stuff and you wasn't listening on to how this was supposed to work out. So basically what I'm saying, is when I don't want to say that. I think you kind of understand what I was trying to say anyway. In order for you to be like, when it comes to talking about God actually blessing someone with a child, most likely it's going to be a woman who can't have children. Blessed. So, because God has to step in. He actually has to put his hand on that. Okay. But for those who have the ability to do so, just because you get pregnant does not necessarily mean that God actually bless you with that child. Okay. I hope you understand what I'm saying on that. I hope you do. I hope that clears it up, Kalina. If not, honey, drop it down. Let me know. I hope that kind of clears that up though. And again, if you're listening and you want to chime in, honey, do so. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. When you go outside the will of God, is going to be a mess. Absolutely. Absolutely. When I had my son, okay, any of my kids, okay, because it wasn't, I guarantee you I didn't do that the way God told me to do that. I did not. I put hardships on myself. I had a whole lot of hardships on myself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hardships on myself. But in order for me, to get through those things, I had to, first of all, mama, don't go there. My mama said she didn't listen. Ma, don't. No, I didn't. I was hard-headed. I was hard-headed. I was one of those. Okay. I was hard-headed. Completely. I was. It's okay, Ma. I can admit that. I was hard-headed. I didn't listen. Okay. But in order for me to be able to go through life better, I had to line back up. I had to go back and say, Lord, forgive me. Okay. I didn't do that right. I messed up. Okay. Can you help me? God's like, yeah, I got your back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But again, that can only happen if you line back up with the pipe. Because when you don't line back up with the pipe, honey, you're going to bring a whole lot more mess into a situation than just dealing with the consequences of the mess you created and then just going on. You're going to create more messes because you're not lined up and you're still doing things according to your will and not God's will. Okay. Is even though I'm saying it sounds like really, really simple. It's hard. If we're going to be completely honest, it's hard to do. Okay. Abram was Abram was a faithful servant. Okay. That's why God said, all right, I see you. Boom. That's who I'm choosing. He still messed up. So it's like, we're going to mess up. We are. We're going to mess up. Hey, Dawn. Shauna said, I understand what you're talking about. Okay. Thank you, Shauna. Okay. So where was we at? All right. So we was at verse 20. As for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful, and I will multiply him, and he shall beget 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. So it's like, look, I know you messed up. I know you didn't do exactly what I told you to do, but you come back over here. All right, we cool. We got it. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to bless him. He going to be straight. Again, he's still going to have hard times. He is not going to be like Isaac. But I still got his back, though. Don't ever think that you have done anything so bad that you can't return to God. Jesus died to give us that opportunity. Absolutely, Mom. Absolutely. There's nothing. I know the world likes to think that there are certain things that you just can't come back from. Let me tell you something. There is nothing that you can't come back from. Okay. God can deliver anybody from anything. That person just has to be willing to line back up with the pipe and get it. Okay. Because, we have this whole thing, even with, just say, for instance, one of those things would be like, once a cheater, always a cheater. One of those things. Not so. Not what God don't say that. That's not what he say. Because let me tell you something. If that cheater really want to change around his life and he want to get himself together and he line back up with the pipe, he can absolutely be changed and absolutely, or he or she, and absolutely live a different type of lifestyle. Anybody, even the worst of the worst. I know we don't like to think about it, but even the worst of the worst can be changed. Okay. Bye, Mom. My mama said she out. My mom got to go to sleep. She was a little mad at me because I did this live stream. She's like, why are you doing this live stream? And I would be asleep. I'm glad you showed up, though, Mom. Hey, Aviana. What's up, boo? So, yes. Anyway, verse 21. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at this set time next year. So it's like by next year, Sarah's going to have your kid. Okay. Hagar, that was not it. That's not what I intended for you. That's not what I meant for you. You guys did that. Okay. This is what I meant for you. So this is what's going to happen. Basically, this is what's coming next. So, excuse me, you guys. Let me skip because I'm going to skip through here. Yeah, 13 years old. So basically after this, Abraham takes everybody in his household. He goes to get them circumcised like God told him to do, including Ishmael. At that time, he was 13 years old. He took him and he took him to get circumcised as well. So now let's get into 18. All right. And we're getting close up on my time here, but we're going to keep going. 18, chapter 18. Then the Lord appeared to him if I mess some words up, honey, forgive me, because I'm not even gonna lie to you now. I can't pronounce all these words in the Bible, but I'm gonna try. Okay. The terebinth trees of Mamre, I'm probably not saying that right, as he was sitting in the tent in the heat of the day. So he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, 3 men were standing by him. And when he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them and bowed himself to the ground and said, my Lord, if I have now found favor in your sight, do not pass on by your servant. Please let a little water be brought and wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. So basically, the Lord has done appeared to Abraham. Okay. He done came. It's about that time. So he done showed up. You need to let him know what's next. Okay, this is my plans. This is what I got going on. Okay. So Abraham is like, hold on, Lord, let me get you some water. Let me wash your feet. Let me get you a little bread. Let me get you something to eat. Y'all know how black people do when you go to the house. I know my nana always offer food. Food is a thing. I don't know. It's just it's a thing to do. You offer people food, okay? So God like, hold on, let me. Abraham's like, hold on, let me get you some bread. Let me get you some water. Let me take care of you, okay? So Abraham hurried. Verse 6. So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah and said, quickly make ready 3 measures of fine meal, knead it and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd, took a tender and good calf, gave it to a young man, and he hastened him to prepare it. So he getting the food lined up, y'all. He getting that good old beef. He got everything. He getting it all lined up for him. So he took butter and milk and the calf which he had prepared and set it before them, and he stood by them under the tree as they ate. Then they said to him, where is Sarah, your wife? So he said, here in the tent. So she's right here. And he said, I will certainly return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah, your wife, shall have a son. Okay. Now, Sarah was listening in the tent door, which was behind him. So Sarah was doing what women do. She was eavesdropping, okay? Sarah was over by the tent door, and she was like, I'm trying to see what's going on, okay? Sarah was eavesdropping like a mug. Y'all know how us women do that because we nosy, okay? We are nosy. We're nosy. By nature, we nosy. So Sarah was being nosy. Now, Abram and Sarah were old, well advanced in age, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Obviously, okay? She was old. So, therefore, Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I have grown old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? So she's like, I know you lying. That's exactly what Sarah did. She laughed and she said, who about to have a baby? I'm old. Y'all got me what? But see, she didn't say this in front. So you have to let me set the scene for you, okay? Let me set the scene. She by herself and she being nosy. She listening, eavesdropping. Yes, Dawn, she was listening hard, being nosy, like being nosy. So when she laughs within herself. So you know how you kind of like, like that right there. She's like, who about to have a baby? Me? And she's saying this within herself. She's saying this to herself. She's not saying this out loud. Okay. She's literally saying this within herself. But let me tell you something. God hears everything. Okay. Sarah must not have known this. Okay. I don't know if Sarah didn't get the memo. Okay. But he hears all. Okay. Even what you think, even what you don't speak out of your mouth, God still hears it. If you say it in your head, God heard that. Okay. Period. God heard that. I know y'all like, hold on. Yeah, God heard your thoughts. He know what you be thinking. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like Sarah didn't know that he heard her. Okay. Even though she said it within herself in here, he heard that. Look. So after Sarah sits up there and she laughs and she's like, who me? Like, I'm not about that. I'm old. Y'all talk about having babies. No. So then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh? Saying, shall I surely bear a child since I am old? So again, God heard that, Sarah. God heard you laugh, honey. Okay? And he outside. He heard you. Yeah, that is funny to me. I'm sorry, but that is just funny to me because when you thought what you thought, he didn't hear, he heard you. So basically, the Lord ends up asking, is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time, I will return to you according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Like, look, I don't know who y'all thought y'all was talking to or dealing with. There's nothing too hard for me. There's absolutely nothing that I can't do. Okay? I don't care if she in her 90s. She can have a kid. She's going to have a child. I'm going to give you a son, okay? I'm going to give you that. Nothing is too hard for me. Did y'all forget? Did you forget? Did she forget? Do we forget? Okay? Y'all know we forget sometimes. We forget, we be going through a situation, we be going through a storm, we be like, there is no way I'm going to make it out of this. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, okay? This is just hell, okay, period. And we forget he can handle anything. Anything. You have to take that situation and you got to give it to him and you got to let him handle that situation. Okay? Because what seems impossible for us is for sure not impossible for God. Okay? He can do anything. You hear me? Anything. Period. Right, Latoya, with God, age don't matter. God said, age ain't nothing but a number. Sarah gonna have a son. Sarah gonna have a son. I don't care about her sitting in there laughing. I know God. Can you imagine God's face whenever he heard Sarah and Sarah didn't know he heard her? Like, can you imagine God sitting out there, he eating his food, you know what I'm saying? He got his bread and his meat and his water, and he's sitting there eating and he talking, chopping it up, and he telling Abraham what's gonna happen, and then he hears it. Because see, the thing is, Abraham didn't even hear his wife. Abraham didn't hear Sarah. He didn't hear because she said it within herself. But again, the Lord, he hears everything. So he's sitting there and he like, did she just what I think? And then he like, Abraham, why your wife in there laughing? Talk about she too old. I am the Lord. I can do anything. Why is she in there laughing? Can y'all imagine that? Okay. But when I tell you, when you actually read some of these things in the Bible and you actually I can picture this and it's just too funny to me. Like God said, okay, you think I'm playing? I can show you better than I can tell you. Watch this. I can show you better than I can tell you. Watch this. Okay. Yes, Latoya, God is like, I'm going to show you. He probably laughed when he heard her laugh. Like that's really just how I feel about it. He probably laughed when he heard her laugh. Like he heard her laugh and then he was like, what? Abraham, why your wife in there laughing? Like seriously. Can you imagine having a baby that old? Absolutely not. 90 something years old? Nope. No, because first of all, who even lives that long nowadays? Nobody nowadays even live that long. Okay, if you live long enough to see 100, I've seen people live past. I've taken care of people who was like 102. Okay, and lived a nice, healthy life. But let me tell you something. Every single one that I've run across that lived to 102, they also were God-fearing people. Period. Every single one that I've ran across that lived that long. Okay. But I have seen people live that long. But imagine having a baby that old. Oh no. The way we're set up nowadays, yeah, that's not happening. that is not happening. Anyway, look, we're running up on an hour. I'm gonna finish through 15. And then, of course, we will continue this if you guys want to continue it. When we get to there, I'm gonna ask you guys. You got from now until I finish these verses to let me know if you guys would like to continue this, because we can continue it. Because it's interesting. It's interesting to read. But anyway, so after the Lord said to Abram, "Why did Sarah laugh, saying, 'Shall I surely bear a child since I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return, and Sarah shall have a son.' But Sarah denied it, saying, 'I did not laugh, for she was afraid.' And he said, 'No, but you did laugh.'" Like, Sarah, you, first of all, who you think you're trying to lie to? You can't lie to the Lord, Sarah. Sarah really tried it. Okay. Sarah was doing all kind of mess. If a messy wife had a name, at this point in time, it would have been Sarah. Because she was messy. Sarah was messy. She was always doing something. Sarah, sit down. Honey, she tried to lie. How you gonna lie to the Lord, Sarah? What were you thinking? How you gonna lie to him and think he's gonna get away with that? I'm gonna lie. He's not gonna know I'm lying. He's the Lord, Sarah. He definitely knew you were lying. Definitely, honey. First of all, how would you? I'm trying to figure out how she would even lie. Like, she know he heard her, because obviously, if you said it within yourself and he said it out loud to let you know, I heard that, then you're gonna sit there and try to deny it. Sarah, were you serious? I would love to ask Sarah when I get to heaven, y'all. Long as I keep my pipe lined up, when I make it to heaven, I need to have a talk with Sarah. I'll be like, Sarah, what were you thinking? You really tried to lie to the Lord. But we do it. Listen, we as people, we as human beings, okay, we try to lie to God on a regular basis. Be like, God, I didn't know. God literally knows our heart, our minds, our thoughts, everything. You cannot hide anything from him. As much as you try and think that you're fooling somebody, you not. Even if you fooling the peoples, you can't fool God. Okay, let me tell you that right now. Even if you think you fooling these people out here, you cannot fool God. Okay, period. Sarah moved ahead of God and then got jealous. And she did. Hey, BB. She absolutely did. The mistress just played her part. Yeah, the mistress played her part, but then the mistress still got a little cocky though, BB. She basically did do what was told of her to do. But at the end of the day, she started looking at Sarah a type of way. She wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, period. She wasn't supposed to do that. Now, again, yeah, Sarah was being messy. It's her fault, because again, she started it. I know it sounds like really kiddish, but no, at the end of the day, Sarah, she started it. Okay. But Hagar still should not have had the type of feelings that she was kind of having towards her, that whole thing. But I completely understand what you're saying. And that's why God kind of looked at Hagar and was like, I'm going to still help you out. That was that whole thing. That's why at the end of the day, as long as she stayed lined up and did what God asked her to do and did what God told her to do, he's like, I'm going to still look out for you, because again, this situation was not supposed to happen like this. Sarah was being messy. She put her hands in something that she wasn't supposed to put her hands in. God orchestrated that plan. He's the only one that can make things happen. But Sarah tried to make things happen on her own, which again, this is what we do in the real world right now. There's probably some stuff last week that you wasn't supposed to be doing, and you was over there trying to force that stuff. No. No. Get right with Jesus. Get right with the Lord. Now I'm just playing, y'all. But look, we're at an hour, okay? And so if you guys would like to continue, this and continue reading a little bit further, we can kind of make this a thing. Okay, we can make this a thing. When I have time, we can continue it and I can keep you guys updated. But let me know in the chat right now, do you guys want to continue going forward? Because I mean, I'm saying this story gets real interesting. Okay, you thought that was messy. It gets messier. Yes, this is right up my alley. I know, BB. BB like, look, I don't get down with all the other stuff, but this right here, I could do this. Believe me, BB, I understand. I appreciate you, okay, sis, for even coming through and checking your girl out. Because like I said, I was terrified to get on this here platform and open my mouth and speak on anything and to talk about anything. Okay, completely terrified to do this. Completely. But I'm like, I'm just gonna talk to them like as if I was talking to my mom, because whenever we haven't did it in a long time, but back when me and my mom and my sister and then would get on the phone and study and stuff, this is just how we did it. We would read and we would talk about it and bring the different things in and stuff like that. So it's like, if I just keep it like that, I'll be good. Like, no, we just here to discuss and we just here to talk about it. It's not major. It's always lessons that can be learned, which again, like, what lessons did we learn today, Just Fam? Okay. Keep your hands out of stuff you're not supposed to have your hands in, because you're going to create a mess. That was a major, because it was all kind of messiness going on. I see y'all. They said, yes, of course, we can continue. Thumbs up. Yes, continue. Yes. Aww. You guys are awesome. Yes, we need more people to spread the word. The harvest is plenty. Absolutely, BB. You know, BB, listen, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm hard-headed. I am. Jesus know this. I'm hard-headed. Man, sometimes I be trying to run. I pull a Hagar and said, I'm not dealing with this. I'm out of here. And I take off, like, no, you what? Spread the word. Why me? There's preachers for that. Jesus, why do you want me to talk about these things? Why not? It's a very big part of your life, Tiffany. And you guys remember, I did a video about this and I literally broke down in tears, okay, talking about this here topic. Like, why not? It is a major part of my life. Always have been. I've gone away from it. Okay. It happens. I've gone away from it, came back, went away, came back. Every time I thought I was going away, thought I was doing something. I was making more messes. Oh my gosh, more messes. Had I had listened from the beginning, I probably would be a whole lot further than what I am right now. Okay. But I wasn't listening. I wasn't. It is refreshing to hear something other than lies. Right, Dawn? Even though we did just talk about Sarah lying, I didn't say that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I completely get it. Let's talk about being blessed with someone's husband or wife in the future. Ooh. Karina, do we really want to go there? Now, listen, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you now. I do like to study, okay? I like to get into it. It gets really fun for me to learn and to study. Because even when I was reading through this, and you guys look, so this is my my study Bible. And if anybody's in this chat, okay, and you ever have a hard time like reading and understanding the Bible, not everybody does, but there's some people that do, and sometimes I have a hard time, okay? Hence why I have this here thing. So if you have a hard time reading and understanding the Bible, get you a study Bible, Because if you get you one of these, a study Bible, at the bottom, let me try to show you guys. Ooh, at the bottom down here, it breaks things down for you. So it'll like help you to understand what you're reading a little bit more. Then, of course, if you need extra clarification, honey, find you somebody to talk to. Okay. I'm pretty sure somebody will help you out with that. But a good old study Bible is always worth having. I just recently replaced one because my mom had given me a study Bible. And child, to be completely honest, the thing was all beat up and old, and it's somewhere I put it up because it was like falling apart. I don't even know where I placed it, but it's in a bin or a bucket in my house. So I need to replace it anyway. So I replaced it, and I got this one. I ordered this one off of Amazon, and this one I ordered this one off Amazon. This is just the NIV Study Bible, and my regular Bible, though, I bought it from when I was going to church in Raleigh. I bought my Bible from there in the bookstore. So, and again, mine is just the NIV Bible or whatever. Then I also, listen, y'all, I got so much stuff. It's crazy. I also have the Amplified Bible. When I tell you, I got things on deck. It's crazy. What's the name of it? Hold on. Let me get the box real quick and I'm gonna show you. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Woo. Okay. So this is the one that I got. If you need a screenshot, you better screenshot it right now. Take a screenshot if you need it. Woo. Let me hide my face. So it is the Life Application Study Bible. This was my favorite. So that's why I had to reorder it because it was my absolute favorite. Back when I used to study hard, years ago before I got off course, this was my favorite one to use and to read and to study into. So it's the Life Application Study Bible. You can find it on Amazon. I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. You will love it. Okay, absolutely, you will love it. But that's the box that it came in. That's the one that I have. On top of having, I'm just showing you guys different things. You guys can look it up and find it, you know, if you're interested in having it or not. I also have the Jesus is Calling. This is a devotional. This is the which one is this? No, this is I don't know why I thought this was Max, but it's not. This is Sarah Young. Okay, this is the Jesus is Calling devotional. You know, it's got it broken down by the days, and you can read into that. I have that devotional. Then, of course, you guys know I have this one. Okay, the Wisdom for Women devotional. Let me put it up here so you guys can see it. The Wisdom for Women devotional. I love this one too. I actually posted from this morning. If you guys did not see that on my community tab, I actually posted like what I read today from that devotional. I might have to purchase that one as well. BB, go get it, girl. It's life. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's how I found out about the whole how they did it back in the day with even if Hagar had that child, that it wouldn't have been her, it still wouldn't have been her child. It was going to be it was still considered Sarah's child. I know, crazy, right? But get you one. That way when we do this again, you guys will be like me. And we can get in here and we can just go to work with it. It's cool. But yeah, I guess when we come back, okay, we'll get into some It gets good after this. We get into the whole Sodom and Gomorrah. After this whole thing, that's where it goes into. And honey, let me tell you, reading that, I was like, what? So yeah, I'm gonna look into it that way I can continue. So I'm gonna continue reading and studying that way. I'll be able to get on here and we'll be able to talk about it and continue studying. I made it through, y'all. Your girl made it through. I made it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for myself. Thank God, okay? Because your girl definitely prayed before I got up on this here platform, okay? No. I've been praying about it and reading for like the past week, whenever I had time, pick it up and read it again, so yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, BB. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Kalina, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that topic. If you guys have any more topics that you do want to talk about, or you guys just want to get together and talk about it, please, I can make a community post and you guys can drop it and we can talk about it. Or you guys can email me and we could talk about it. But we definitely are gonna we're gonna finish going through this, okay? Because we gotta get to the part where Isaac is born. When Isaac is here, we have to get to that point. Dream Cake, I appreciate all of y'all. Okay, I hope you guys hit a like button for your girl, because yeah, I hope you guys hit a like button. I don't know what my likes look like. Whatever. I wasn't even caring about the likes, which is not gonna care about the likes, but I'm just asking you guys still hit the like button, because even some other people might, you hit the like button, this goes out to other people. And if you feel like other people will probably benefit from watching this, or it would be beneficial to somebody else to watch it, either hit the like button or share it out. Either or would be great. Okay. Latoya said this was good. Thank you, guys. We shall do it again. Okay, we shall do it again. But I need to go get me some. I'm hungry, you guys. Colleen said, thank you for bringing the word today. All praises to God, honey. Because I didn't care if I would have did this on my own. I'm not even going to lie to you not, okay? Okay? I'm not. I was just like, listen, I had a Sarah moment. Even just talking about it, I had a Sarah moment. I was like, who you want to talk about this stuff? Me? No, you don't. No, you don't, Lord. No, you don't. I had a Sarah moment. You guys are going to go through the rest of your week. Be mindful of your Sarah moments. Okay? When you see yourself about to have a Sarah moment, I'm going to need to correct it. Okay? Ask the Lord to help you. Okay? Don't be having too many of them Sarah moments. Being messy, putting your hands, taking things into your own hands, doing whatever you want to do, lying. Don't do that. Kalina says a controversial subject, but I'm studying and praying for clarity on that on the subject. Okay, Kalina. Yeah, I would do the same, because that one, I don't know. That one scares me a little bit. Okay. We're gonna see what the Lord say. Okay, we're not gonna be Sarah and be messy and just bringing stuff because we want to bring it. We're gonna stop, we're gonna wait, and we're gonna do the right thing. Okay, remember that, you guys, when you're going through the rest of your week. All right, today's Tuesday. I got some hair to do today. Boo boo kitty. Ugh. I don't want to do that. So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in and even listening to me, and even staying and just whatever. I really appreciate it, because you never know. You never know who's interested in these type of live streams. I know everybody and their mama be interested in the drama, but I'm looking for the ones that's interested in this here type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever. Talking about the drama is like, okay, but at some point in time, we got to add something else in there to it. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that anybody can change again is with the Lord. All right. So we got to bring some Lord to these here YouTube streets. We got to bring some Lord to these YouTube streets, y'all. Woohoo. Tell Boo Boo I said hi. Boo Boo. Miss Latoya said hi, Boo Boo. Could you hear her, Latoya? She said, tell her I said hi back. Fix Boo Boo some snacks and lots of cuddles. I got her, Kalina, honey. She fine. She fine. We about to chill before these other two, my other two minions get home from school. Me and Boo Boo about to chill. So that's what we're about to do, you guys. I will see you guys on the next live stream, the next chat. I will keep you guys posted on the community tab of when that's going to be, because I'm not even sure right now. I have training tomorrow in the morning, and I don't know how long that's going to last. Okay. So, but I will be back. And if I don't come back on here, honey, I'll put a video up. We're going to still make it work. We're going to still make it do what it do. Either way. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.